You absolutely love to see this. Montreal wallops the Detroit Red Wings as they jump them in the standings, now third last in the Atlantic Division, 5 points out of a playoff spot. Jake Evans gets going. Juraj Slafkovsky scores, but most importantly, Patrik Laine and Hutson both making NHL history with this game, with Laine scoring and Hutson getting 2 assists. Even Heineman got in on the fun. It was capped off by a one-time bomb top shelf from Brendan Gallagher. There's a lot we got to get into in this game, but it's not just the Habs today, Jesse, that was making us Habs fans happy. Check out this goal. Back-to-back games for Ivan Demidov. Now just imagine this guy slotting in on the Habs' strong power play on that other side, being on his one-time spot right here, finishing it off. He can pass, he can skate, he can shoot, and he can score. There's a bunch we got to get into on this episode of Habs Digest. But guys, I'm just going to say one thing before we get into this video. We are this close, less than 100 subscribers away from 16,000. So if you want to help us reach that goal, hit the button down below. It's completely free. We have daily Habs videos, weekly streams. We have videos after every game like this. It'd mean the world to us. It's a Christmas present if you could hit the button down below. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into the game. Jesse, let's flash up the box score. Feel free to pause and take a look. There's a lot to digest here. There's only a few players that didn't score a point. Only 6 players on the whole team didn't get a point tonight, Jesse. But, I mean, I don't even know who to start with. But let's just roll the highlights again, because Slav scores, Evans scores. There's so much good. I mean, where do you even start?
The fact that we're still getting some consistently, our first 3-game win streak of the year, which is huge, right? And we're having a couple players like Laine, I think we have to talk about, right? Like the Laine effect. There's been the Hutson effect. Like, is there now also like the Carrier effect as well, right? Like last game, yesterday when he comes in, our first game of getting 30-plus shots. Now, with him in the lineup, he helps us to secure our first 3-game win streak of the year. We got Laine coming in. We've been 6-3 with him in the record, a pretty respectable, record with Laine, a big part of our lineup in there. So, like, there's some really positive things, Josh. Like, just a solid effort. I think the defense was that big thing, though. Again, that's why I bring up the Carrier effect. Is like just looking so much more respectable. We're not seeing like those huge blown coverages, right? Like those 2 games since Carrier has been here, it's been a big overall net effect. So I think that's a great place to start off.
Yeah, he's been awesome. I gotta say, even got him at a minute of power play time when the game was out of reach. I'm already giving some guys some PP time, but no, he's been looking awesome, Jesse. One thing I noticed with Carrier, he's very mature with the puck. He has fallen down a few times, which is a warning we got from Predators fans, but he's trying to make the physical play. What I love from him, though, is his ability to make fast, laser beam-like breakout passes. And he had, I mean, the one where he got an assist, I think that was on the Evans goal, I believe. Like, it wasn't an insane breakout pass there, but even him making that simple play along the boards. But when they were shorthanded, he had a few like nice passes to give him breaks. I've really loved his game, Jesse. I think you're bang on with him really giving this team a boost, but there's so many guys that have given the team a boost. Slafzilla as well. We got to talk about him, Jesse. How comfortable. First of all, I promise we'll get into Laine and Hutson in a minute. We got a lot of good stuff. Please don't leave, because we got some historic stats for both of those guys. But I wanted to mention Slav because once again, it seems like he's found his confidence being back on this top line. He's faster, he's more physical, he's winning more board battles, and he's scoring goals again. 2 goals in his last 3 games. I don't want to say he's back yet, but it sure seems like the right decision to have him on that top line.
We're seeing those positive indicators right now, which is amazing. We need him playing well for this team. So we're seeing, like, can he have that strong kind of second half of the season? It seems like he's getting an early start on that right now. But Josh, you brought it up. Like, the key of Slafzilla's success is those board battles. He needs to get on those boards, get those pucks. That's really where he's playing the best. Also playing with that speed, but we see get in front of the net where he's been effective like a couple times now, where he's creating those goals, screening. Now he's getting rewarded. See, if you play the game well, you do kind of get rewarded at that certain point. So this is really big to see right now for him, kind of having a little bit of a bounce back, and we look for that to really continue from him.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it too. He's looked like a new man, of course, after that benching, after that game against Vegas. It was just not pretty. Not going to speak too much about Kirby Dach tonight. Not a whole lot of positives to say about him, but we don't like to dwell on the negatives. We'll focus on all the other positives. I mean, I could talk about so many guys. We give some honorable mentions here to Anderson, who I thought played a good game. Even Armia, who played a great game. He's looked great over his last 5 or 10 games, Jesse. Heineman scoring a goal again. This guy brings it every single night. Galley getting back on the board. Galley saw that Heineman tied him for team goals with 8, and Galley said, nah. I got to score another one. So Galley's back, I think, in third behind only Suzuki and Caufield. But you know what? We might as well get to the guys that we were going to talk about. This video only has a certain amount of time. Let's start with Patrik Laine. I know this says Braden Point, but look at Patrik Laine. This was before the game. Laine had 7 power play goals. He's now tied for second in the entire NHL in power play goals. I don't know if Kyle Connor scored one tonight. Well, I hope he didn't. Because if he didn't, Laine is tied for second in the NHL in power play goals with 8. He played 9 games. That's insane. Let's move on to another stat. Players to score 8 power play goals in their first 9 games played in the season. It's Yvon Cournoyer, Peter Stastny, Arber, and Patrik Laine.
5.
That's it. What about another one, Jesse? Most goals in a player's first 9 games as a member of the Habs franchise. 3 guys in 1918, and then Pierre Turgeon ahead of Patrik Laine. This is unprecedented. This is legitimately insane from him. It's historic. I can't even begin to tell you how good this guy. This is the best goal scorer I've seen for the Habs in my lifetime, I think, and I'm not afraid to say that.
And the Montreal Canadiens totally hit the jackpot by getting this player. It's just so nice to see, right, that it's like he's been off to that great start, but he's just continuing. He's building off of it. We're now as well, like his success on the power play is going to lead for success for others like Slav, where we see these other plays kind of being opened as a result. But he's really giving this team the teeth that they need to be competitive right now. And the fact of like, whenever you're going to take a penalty against the Montreal Canadiens, beware, right? Teams are going to kind of be on their back heels, not wanting to do that, knowing what Patrik Laine is capable. That's what he's bringing to this team. It's these really big tangible benefits right now. So he is just completely fitting in like a glove. What he's doing is just phenomenal. Not only is he helping the team win games, just the excitement, Josh, that he's bringing to us, the way that he is lighting up the Bell Center. Dare I say, fans that deserve to be excited in this way, that deserve to see that level of hockey being played at the Bell Center by the Montreal Canadiens is just phenomenal to see.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm witnessing from him. We're so far into this video, it doesn't feel like I've been talking for 7 minutes, Jesse. It feels like we've been talking for 3. We got to speed through this. We got to get to Demidov too. But you're absolutely right. He's opening up so many doors for this team. And one guy that's playing very well off of him is Hutson. It's impossible for him not to get a point at this point. He's realized he can just farm assists. I wonder if Matheson's getting a little jealous. I don't know. I'm sure he is. But Matheson's been playing great recently as well with a reduced role. I've been happy with him. But defenseman assist leaders in the NHL. Lane Hutson's now top 5 behind only Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, Josh Morrissey, and Adam Fox. How about another Lane Hutson stat? He's on pace to tie Ray Bourque and Brian Leach's assist totals as rookies as 48. Only 5 defensemen in history have had more, with Larry Murphy, Chris Chelios, Person, Gary Suter, and Nick Lidstrom. Insane. How about one final one, Jesse? This comes from our channel member Mark Orr in our group chat. He said this from LDS, I didn't catch this live. In history, in a defenseman's first 35 games, Lane Hutson is tied for second behind only Larry Murphy with 26 assists in his first 35 games. All time. It's legitimately ridiculous right now, the history we're seeing. And the thing is, these guys aren't doing it individually. They're using each other for their success. And I want to keep Laine for the rest of his life at this point as a Montreal Canadien. I know there's a lot of season left to go, but this dynamic duo is looking like one of the best in the NHL already.
Come on, not Ray Bourque, Brian Leach. Like, this is just some legendary stuff that were debuts with the Montreal Canadiens that we're seeing for Patrik Laine, but also Lane Hutson right now. Like, this is just absolutely phenomenal. The fact that he's kind of keeping up this type of pace, right? Like, the fact that he's getting points, like, so effortlessly right now. Josh, Laine, Lane Hutson actually looks like a point per game player. Like, he looks like a guy that, like, even plus, like, even as soon as like next year, I'm like, as crazy it sounds, Lane Hutson, 80 plus points. Like, this guy just looks like as early as like a sophomore season of being able to do that as a defender while still playing good defensively at the same time. We were big on him, but this is why we're excited, Habs fan. It's like Laine is exceeding expectation. Lane Hutson, Cole Caufield is. We're starting to see those positive developments with Slav. Nick Suzuki is what we're expecting him to do, becoming that point per game player, becoming his best version of himself. Like, we know what's coming down the pipeline. So these are all the things that are really contributing to this excitement right now, which I think is well-deserved for this team going into the new year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so many things have been combining. And before we get into another thing that we can be excited about, we have to give out our every game. Oh my gosh, why do I make this so hard on myself? The Mitchell Stevens. Where is it? I always misplace it. Let me find his name. There's his name. The Mitchell Stevens Player of the Game Award. Jesse, it's tough. The Mitchell Stevens Player of the Game award today came down to two people. It came down to Lane Hutson and Patrik Laine. A couple of big names, but I think we're in agreement. It's tough to say. Hutson deserves the honorable mention. So does a guy like Jake Evans, even Emil Heineman, even Sam Montembeault, who we didn't get a chance to mention. Another stellar game, but it's got to be our boy Patrik Laine. Jesse, such an amazing game. Just a quick comment before we get into Demidov. This guy is changing the Habs offense as we know it.
Absolutely. And, really the power play was the difference in this game. Honorable mention, though, to Lane Hutson, because it was really our offensive zone time as well as our power play, which was the key reason for the success. Look no further than Lane Hutson and being able to continue on those plays in the offensive zone of just always finding a way to keep the puck in, make it look so effortless, and to kind of continue play looking dangerous there in the offensive zone. So, on behalf of Finland, Patrik Laine is very happy to accept this award.
Thank you, Patrik Laine. Unbelievable. We only got a couple minutes left in this video. Let's get into Ivan Demidov. I just got this clip again, Jesse. Just amazing to see him finally get more and more ice time. Playing, I think, a lower tier team right now in the KHL, but he got a bit more ice time from Roman, and he made the most of it. Getting this amazing one-timer. That's a 5v5, too. That's not even a power play goal. But as we see this Habs power play developing game after game with Hutson and Laine, you just imagine slotting. I mean, Slav has been great on the power play too, playing that net front presence. He's there on the back door. By the way, we called that Laine pass the Slav back door. I know Slav didn't score that way, but Laine tried it twice, and Laine himself accidentally scored once. Accidentally. But imagine just Demidov coming in and being a weapon on this power play as well. Seeing this just fills me with more hope than I thought I could ever have.
Absolutely. Not only with the skill, but the smarts to make this play happen. As we've seen from the clip, he's kind of in the periphery, and Demidov does a perfect job of timing his attack here. And that's kind of why this is one of the more impressive goals that I've seen from Ivan Demidov so far. It's like 5v5. This is actually like some solid defense from the opposition here. There's a little bit of a pick play, for his teammate to get some separation there. But there's not like a huge seam. But Demidov is finding very limited space in the defense where there is that kind of seam for him to kind of receive that. So he's finding the hole, but then being able to finish it off with an absolute elite shot, putting it where the goalie has no chance of getting it. Like, this is a very translatable goal because it's just so hard to defend against. You give them just a little bit of space, open space in the offensive zone. Ivan Demidov finds it, capitalizes on it.
Unreal stuff, guys. This is just such a great day to be a Habs fan. That's the Habs' last home game until January 6th, though. The Bell Center got a treat. That building was alive tonight. You could hear it through the speakers. It was unreal. Let us know your thoughts down below on everything you saw today, because that'll do it for this episode of Habs Digest. If you enjoyed, like I asked you earlier, just hit the subscribe button. If you made it to here in the video, you want to help us hit 16,000. It's completely free, and we would really, really appreciate it. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host, Jesse Poirier. We'll catch you all in the next one.